Is it worth it to tour in Canada?
Only do it if you want to ruin your life, but it's the best way to ruin your life. If you're going to ruin your life, tour. I mean, it's very addictive, but it's very destructive.
Living a real life would be way worse. Touring is fun, you get to escape and
have adventures.
I've been across once, and if you can't get a show in one city, you're pretty much screwed for like a 14-hour drive.
Down east it seems to be worth it because every place is pretty close. But I mean, when you start going out west, everything is pretty far apart, you know, and you've got to drive a ways before you get to the next stop.
Canada is definitely feels like a just one small town basically. Like it's there's no difference between St. John's, Newfoundland, and Vancouver, BC, and all parts in between. And it's just so nice because everywhere we go is just, you know, people are, you know, making pots of chili and having us sleep on their floor, and it's really nice.
Yeah, like if you want to hear about like unprotected sex and drugs in a garage. If we want to talk about rolling into town and just in the back of your mind wondering if you have any children there.
You do what you can for now, and then when those borders can be dealt with in a, you know, legal way, you can feel safe about going down there and cross overseas, then yeah, you work towards that though, and it's all financial, right?
It's worth it to play shows because of the experience of playing music and what it's about.
And meeting people and having, you know, getting new crowds and stuff. Yeah. But financially, it's kind of rough playing in Canada. It's a little bit less of a profession than it is in the States. But it is much more supportive and less competitive, we found. People are awesome. Everybody we've met, every band has been really great to us.
My name is Dan Moxon, and I play in band Sinister. And we are going across the country this month, playing about 30 shows across Canada. I'm putting together a documentary on the road with my friend Ado van Breemen.
Hello? It's not, did you flick it on?
I flicked it on now. We're basically shooting this documentary, which you're now watching, and it's going to be interviewing the bands and people along the way trying to come to some sort of idea of what touring in Canada is all about. And I think Ben Sinister will be kind of a scapegoat or a muse that will, you know, show some of what it's actually like to tour. Because, you know, I meet people all the time and they tell you, oh, you know, is it so glamorous, or, you know, I bet you get with so many chicks, or, you know, there's so many false ideas about what it really is like to tour in Canada. And the whole point is to try to kind of come to some consensus as to what it really is all about. This tour I've booked myself, and I got CBC3 to sponsor it, and we put a lot of efforts into publicity and promotion by putting together a compilation CD, giving all the dates and bands that are playing the tour. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Yeah, it's the first night. We're playing here at 870 East Cordova. It's right over here.
It's so great to be here tonight. I couldn't even sleep last night. I was so excited to be here. Where am I, Nathan?
I'm B.A. Johnson, and I perform as B.A. Johnson, my one-man entertainment machine.
When the world's got a taste for brains, 'cause the dead are rising due to acid rain.
I think I've toured Canada maybe like 8 times. Like the first tour I ever booked, actually, all I did was I called all the bars that Mary McCaw was playing in, who's another Hamilton one-man band, and just asked if I could open, which I found out later is a huge faux pas, and you can't really do that, but that's how I booked my first tour. He eventually found out I was doing that and just offered to drive me. I get shortchanged constantly. They'll pay you, but they pay you like a one-man band wage. Like my car has special one-man band gas that like I can pull into some gas station to get like super cheap gas, or like McDonald's is gonna give me like 30-cent hamburgers or something. Like I don't mind if I get like less. I'm not like, you know, Scrooge McDuck. If you can get 15 people to come see your band, you know, 2 provinces over, you're the fucking Rolling Stones, man. I think like that. No one gets how insanely hard that is. Like the fact that I'm gonna have 20 people come and see me in Prince George, I think is epic. Elliot Brood played Sackville last year to 3 people. I mean, Mocha Only played Peterborough like a year ago, supposedly to 15 people at a bar I used to work at. Bad shows are gonna happen to you unless you're like Joel Plaskett or something.
Thank you for your scattered applause. This next song is a song about robots and the world that they live in. It's called Robot World.
How's everything going up here, Edo?
It's good. Setting up. I think I'm going to be doing my own sound tonight.
Do you need a hand with that?
Well, it looks like you've got your hands full there, Dan. So. I'm looking for Grant Lawrence. I've never actually met Grant Lawrence before, so.
Are you stoked on hard rock? Love hard rock. I like it almost as much as I like new wave. It's a bit tie-dye.
You look like that fucking Andrew WK cover.
We just had a band meeting. Dave just told us that he's suffering from anxiety attacks and he's gonna have to go back to Vancouver today and he's just gonna cancel the rest of the tour. You know, it's obviously a serious medical condition because he says every few hours he's having these massive panic attacks where he's almost fainting and going crazy. And for me, like, you know, worrying about losing my voice is one thing, but then to have your bass player, you know, just bail 3 shows in, and I'm not putting any bad feelings against Dave.
Yeah.
It's not his call. He feels really shitty about it, but it's just like, what are you gonna do, man? You got 20 shows to go and no bass. I'm trying to think of what we could do in the meantime. The guys were like, they were gonna try to convince you to play all the bass on a keyboard.
I can do something.
Why don't you explain, or if you don't mind.
Not really.
explain
Okay,
anyway.
that's cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
We are with Elias in Kelowna. Did I say that right?
Elias,
Is it?
yeah,
Elias,
that's it.
all right. And we just finished playing a show here at the Habitat. So can you guys draw some sort of contrasts and comparisons between the show we played tonight and the one we played last night in Penticton, which is...
It was interesting. There was a Rastafarian con artist on the prowl. And
the difference is one show had people and the other show didn't.
Yeah, one venue had a sound system, one didn't.
The one that didn't being Penticton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, we're tired of getting upset. You know, like you can pull up, you can drive all day and pull up, and it sucks and get really choked. You spend all night being angry. But we're so beyond that.
And how do they get to know about the show today?
Brian and I do now. We get on our 10 speeds, which are in the van, and we ride around with CDs, giving them out to attractive women. And today we batted 900. We had one stripper not show up.
We lost our bass player tonight, so now we got to teach Ado here the parts.
But I had a dream last night, and I thought it was crazy when Dan told me that Dave wasn't playing bass anymore, because that's what I dreamed of last night. I had a dream where there's some kind of situation and Dave could not play bass.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Serious? A premonition?
My homework.